Okay, we are live on YouTube. Okay, give me a few minutes so I can set up the Zoom, and then we could go from there. Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, we have Zoom online class starting. We're gonna start with chapter 15. Okay, welcome to StarMax Real Estate School Zoom online class. Okay, today we're gonna do chapter 15. Okay，欢迎大家到美心学院我们这个播放，OK，这个用 Zoom 加上 YouTube 来播放。今天呢，我们会讲课，这个章节15是房地产算术，OK，怎么去算这个面值啊，盈亏啊，报告，跟佣金都会算出来，OK。之后呢，我们会有一个补习，然后教大家怎么去考试，OK。So other than real estate math, we're gonna do a review, okay, and have a mini crash course of teaching you how to take the real estate exam and increase 20%, okay. 我们会教你怎么去最起码加20分，OK，到你这个考试，OK。Okay, the first thing we're gonna learn about is area measurement. OK，第一，我们要学会怎么去量这个面积。OK，let me give you some insights first. Okay, basically, in real estate, you have lots, right? You have, different rooms in a house. Okay, you have to know what the area, right, of a certain uh, room, right, or the house or the lot, right? So you're measuring lots, the whole house, right, or a particular room, right? Okay. or even the roof, right? Okay. 所以我们量什么东西呢？这是地皮啊 ，right？你的屋子啊 ，right？你的房屋，你的房间 ，OK？有时候呢就是这个屋顶 ，OK？And also floor, right? Flooring, OK？这个地 ，OK？这是房间了 ，OK？So how do we do this? OK， 我们怎么去量呢 ？OK， 所以很简单了 ，OK， 就是它的宽度 ，OK， 加长一个 ，OK， 长度 ，so it's width times the length, alright? So for square, right? And then for triangle, right? It's also, they call this the base, but in effect this is the length, right? And they call this the width, they call it the height. So it's the height times the base, right? So if you look at it carefully, right, a triangle is basically, you know, a rectangle or square that's cut in half, right? So h times the base, okay, divided by 2. Okay, very simple, okay? 所以呢，长方形跟方形的话，这是宽度乘长度 ，OK？ 三角形的话也差不多 ，OK？ 但是你要除个2，为什么呢？这个长度它们这是这个底线了 ，OK？ 它 base，OK？ 宽度呢，它的是高度嘛 ，OK？ 然后你看这个三角形，你画这条线 ，OK？90度的线 ，OK？ 很像这个长方形了 ，OK？ 但是它切开角 ，OK？ 到另外的对面的角 ，OK？ 就切了一半了 ，OK？ 所以呢，你要除个2 ，OK？ 所以这个跟那个 width times length， OK？ So you know what we're gonna talk about next? We're just gonna go into details, OK？ 现在呢，我就讲 OK 比较细的怎么去算，然后你就知道了 ，OK？ So land area, right? They talk about land area. It's a surface space between lot lines. Okay, you have different lots. Okay, so what they're saying is that within this lot, okay, you have to figure out what the area is, right? Dimensions are normally given in square feet. Okay, in Europe and in China, right, we look at it into square meter. Okay， 地皮它有一个线嘛，来，你就是跟着这个线走，来这个方形、三角形等等的 ，OK， 线里面的这个面积呢，来，你又算出来了，这个叫 land area 地皮的面积 ，OK。然后呢，他们呢，美国呢就是用这个平方尺 ，OK， 以前英国也是用平方尺，就是跟英国用的嘛，来，现在英国的变为这个平方米了 ，OK， 中国这边也是用平方米 ，OK， 所以呢，你等上我们会怎么去算 ，OK，so basically, right, 10 square feet is equal to 1 square meter. Okay, so remember that, okay? Later on we're gonna do that conversion, alright? So 等一下呢，我们会教你怎么去变化，来平方尺到平方米 ，OK？ 10个平方尺 ，OK， 等于1个平方米 ，OK？ So So area of a triangle lot, okay, the four-sided parcel whose opposite sides are equal, right, in length and right angles are formed by the intersection of the sides, okay. The most common type of lot. Remember that, okay? It will be a test question, okay? 它会考你的 ，OK？ 考什么呢？它会问 ，OK？ 最普遍的地皮是什么形的？长方形。So the most common type of lot is rectangular lot. Okay, and the area of the rectangular lot is determined by multiplying the length times the width. Okay, length times the width. Okay, 这个面值就是长形乘一个宽度，这个面值就出来了。So three-sided parcel, okay, it's a triangle lot, right? Triangular lot, okay. So it could be any shape, any shaped triangle. Okay. So base of the triangle lot, right, is according to what we say length, okay. Height of the triangle lot, okay, equates to the width, right? It's the perpendicular distance of the base to the highest point, okay. The area of the triangle parcel is determined by multiplying the base times the height, right, and then divided by 2. Okay， 所以呢，这个底线 ，OK， 长高度除个2。So it goes something like this. Okay, the base times the height, which is what we say the length times the width, right? It's basically, you know, a rectangle, right? This is the base, and this is the height. Now this is okay. So if you take it in the half, cut it in half, okay, divided by 2, okay, so you're measuring this triangle here, okay, so the area of the triangle is the base times the height, okay, all divided by 2, okay, 所以呢，这个底乘个高度 ，OK， 除个2，就是这个面值了。Okay, so what is this area here, right? You got 50 times 100, okay? So 50 times 100, 5,000 square feet, okay? Notice that if you divide that by 10, right, you have 500 square meters, okay? It's a factor of 10, okay? 所以呢，你100乘了50，这5000方尺了 ，OK？ 5000方尺，你除一个10 ，OK？ 这变为500的平方米。Okay, area of a triangular lot, right? So this is 150, the base, and the height to the highest point, right, is 100. Okay. You say, oh, what if the highest point was over here? Like that. It's the same. Okay. You just have, you know, different area of the triangle, right? But still, it's going to be half of the rectangle. It's always going to be half. Okay. It's always going to be half. 所以呢，你看，你问，这个最高点，如果它是左边还是右面呢？一样的 ，OK， 你可以细算出来，这个不同的三角形 ，OK， 这是一半的长方形。So 150 times 100 divided by 2 is 15,000 divided by 2. So 7,500 square feet. Okay, 7,500平方尺. And then you divide it by 10, right? You have 750 square meter. Okay, why am I telling you square meter, right? You're gonna run into people who doesn't know square feet. Okay, Chinese foreign national, Europeans, okay, other country that uses the metric system. They say, what the heck is a square foot? They don't know. Okay, so you have to know. Okay, 为什么我们讲这个平方尺呢？因为很多不同的国家了，它用这个平方尺，所以你就知道 ，OK， 因为你跟他说平方尺，他没有概念。Alright, some things you need to understand and also memorize. OK， 这个你又了解这个数字跟这个记住 OK。Everybody know a foot is 12 inches, right? Okay. 1 yard is 3 feet and is shorter than 1 meter. OK， 一尺是12寸了 ，OK， 一个 yard 这是3尺 ，OK， 等于1米 ，OK， 小于1米 ，OK。Rod you don't need to know. If you want to learn it, learn it, OK。这个一个 rod 你不需要知道，它不会考你，这个很旧的系统 ，OK。1 mile 1英里 equals to 5,280 feet. 5280尺 Okay, you just say roughly about 5,000 okay feet. Okay. Or about 1,700 meter. Okay, this is yard. Okay. And then a square, right? An acre, you have to know. Okay, is 43560 square feet. Now this is you have to know for the test. Okay, 考试你必须要知道这个数字 Okay, so how do I memorize 43,560 this number? Okay, this is equal to 1 acre. This is square feet. Okay, how do I memorize this number? Well, we know roughly an acre is 200 by 200. Okay, so this is about 40,000 square feet. Okay, so I just memorize, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a 0, right? Because it's 5 digit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I reverse the 3 and the 4. Okay, that's how I memorize it. Okay, I mean, if you have better system to do it, go for it. Okay, 所以呢，那个43,560平方尺怎么记住呢 ？OK， 你大概知道一个英亩大概是200尺乘个200尺，大概4万方尺。OK， 5位数的东西，然后呢，我都记住这个3、4、5、6。 来五位数加个0，然后呢3跟4把它反过来 ，OK， 这是43560 ，OK， 你有其他的方式你可以记住的话就用了 ，OK。好了 ，cubic we don't do much on cubic， okay， except cubic is equal to airspace， 空间 ，okay， and whenever you see airspace you talk about condos， okay， remember that， okay， 你要记住，空间的话 ，right， 人家提到空间的话 ，right， 他就说 condo 了 ，okay， 因为 condo 没有地的 ，condo don't have any land, they don't have the airspace around them, okay, that's their property, okay. And then going down the line here, right, land description, 1 acre, same, right, a township, right, is 36 section, 36 square miles, right, 23,000 acres, right. You don't need to do that. You can deduce it. And then 1 section is 1 square mile, is 640 acre. Okay, this you have to memorize. Okay, 640 acre for 1 square mile. Okay, and then a circle, you know, everyone knows it's 360 degrees. A quarter of it is 90. Okay, that's all you need to know. Okay. 一个小镇就有36个平方英里 ，OK， 一个平方里 ，OK， 就640个英亩 ，OK， 这些数字你要记住。So these two， OK， 其他的话就免了 ，OK， 所以呢，我勾住的这个数字你要记住 ，OK。What about an area of irregular lot, right? What if I have an irregular lot, a parcel that does not consist of a single known shape? Okay, it could be something like this. Okay, so basically you just divide that up, right, into 2 squares, right? Square, and then a triangle, right? Or you have some weird shape like this. Okay, how do you do that, right? You divide that up into different triangles, right? And then you add up the summation of all the areas. Area 1, area 2 to Z, okay? A to Z, okay? Sum it all up, okay? So divide and conquer, okay? That's the key, okay? 一个怪形的话 ，right， 你就把它分割到长方形、方形、三角形 ，OK。很像这个就2个长方形，1个三角形，这个呢就是3个三角形 ，OK。That's how you do that, right? It's not rocket science, okay? It's just additions. Okay, so what do they say? The area of an irregular lot, right, is determined by breaking the lot up, divide, right, up into various rectangles and triangles, which comprise it and totaling the areas. Okay, summation, right, of all of the areas. Area A through area Z. Dot dot dot. Okay. This is the wrong. So summation of the areas, right? A through Z. Okay. Okay, so we have an example here, okay? This weird shape, right? So they suggest we divide this up into a square, a rectangle, and then a triangle, right? A square, rectangle, and triangle. So the answer, right, the irregular lot is broken up into a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. The area of the parcel is the total of the areas of each of these. OK， 这个面值，这个地皮的面值 ，OK， 你把它分割3块 ，OK， 一个是四方形的，一个是长方形，一个是三角形的。然后你算完之后呢，你把它所有的面值加起来就 OK 了。So the answer is you figure out the square, which is 1600. You figure out the rectangle, right? 750. And then the triangle 450, right? So you add 1600, 750, 450, you have 2800 square feet, okay? You divide that by 10, you have 280 square meters. Okay, always know your square feet and your square meters. Okay, all right, everybody's on the same page, right? Okay， 所以呢，你这个四方形跟长方形跟那个三角形 ，OK， 加起来1600加750加450等于2800 ，OK， 平方尺。如果你除个10的话，哎，变为280个平方米了。So they talk about conversions now, right? They're converting square feet to square yard, okay? Yard is less than a meter, okay? So 3 by 3 feet is 9 square feet equals 1 square yard, okay? So a meter square is close to 10 square feet. So we use 10, right, to get square meter. And then we use, this is how you do the conversion. Okay, not many people do the square yards anymore. Okay， 很少人去用那个平方 yard。Okay， 这是平方尺跟平方米。Okay， all right, so volume of a structure. Okay, they're talking about condo now, right? Structural volume, the square or cubic measure of a space within a structure. Okay, so you have a 3D box or house or room, right? Okay, how much volume or how much air is inside this room? Okay, so whenever you talk about fan, air movement, right, or the AC heater, right, how much volume of air that they move per minute, right, then you need to know what the volume is. Okay, So a square measure is determined through the use of the same technique. Okay, you first find the square footage, and then you find out the height. Okay, to get the cubic measurement. Okay, so cubic volume is determined by multiplying the interior length, okay, by the width, okay, by the height. Okay, so this is what we call 3 dimensions. Okay， 所以呢，你长度、长个宽度、长个高度，就是你的空间了。Okay， so look something like this. Okay, so 15 feet long, right? 10 feet wide, and then 10 feet high. So you have 1500 cubic feet. Okay, 15 times 10 times 10. Okay， 15乘10就1500的 cubic feet. Okay， 空间。So what about meters? Right, meter you have to divide it by 100. Okay, so this will equals to 15 cubic meter, roughly. Okay， 所以呢，你用这个米来算的话 ，OK， 你就要除100，就变为15空米了 ，OK， 空间的米 ，OK。Alright, percentage problems. Let me see how far are we into 30, 46. Okay. Let's take a quick 10-minute break. I have to make a phone call. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's break until 9:50 a.m. Okay. We'll have a quick break. I have to make a short phone call. Okay. We'll be right back. Okay. Okay, we are back. Sorry about the interruption. Okay, let's talk about the percentage problems. Okay, 我们回来了我们看看这个100%的比例。So, what is the percent? Percent is equal to whatever it is, right, divided by 100. Okay, so to keep this number intact, right, you have to times it back by 100. Okay, to give you an example, okay, let's say we'll have 10%, right? 10%. So what is 10%? 10% is 10 divided by 100. Okay, times 100. Okay, equal 10, right? 10%. So without this 100, right, you take this away. Okay, 10 divided by 100 is equals to 0.1. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, 10% is whatever it is divided by 100, that number. To get back to the percent, okay, you have to times 100. Okay, so 0.1, okay, 0.1 is 10%, right? You times by 100, okay, equal to 10%. Okay, that's what it means. 所以呢，10%的比例 ，OK， 这什么号码，right？ 什么数字，你除100，就是变为100%的比例 ，OK？ 当然你又乘回100，就可以拿到这个数字 ，OK？ 所以你看 10，right？ 你说 10%，10% 就是10除一个100等于0.1， 0.1等于什么？多少 percent？ 你又乘回100， OK？ 乘回100就变为 10%。Everybody clear on that, right? Okay, let's move on. So, 3 factors in percent problems. Okay, there's always 3 variables. OK， 有3个数字 ，OK， 3个数字的话 ，right， 你就这个它缺一个，它常常给你2个，你就找第3个出来。OK， they always give you 2 factors, 2 out of 3, and then you find the third one. Okay, so variable A, B, and C, right? They often give you 2, right? And then you find the third one. Okay, you find this one, you find this one, and you find this one. Okay， 这3个数字它常常给你2个数字，然后第3个数字你就可以找出来了。Okay， so the first variable is how much you paid, or the principal, right? Second variable is the percentage. Okay, and then the third is how much you made. Okay, this is P and this is how much you made. So what's more important, right? Always, right? How much money you make, right? The big M. Okay, the big dollar sign. okay, and it's divided by what? Okay, by how much you pay, okay, times your percentage. So this is how you arrange it. Okay, so later on you're gonna see a triangle like this appeared. Okay, and we'll call that magic triangle. Okay, they have a name for it, so we'll let you know later. Okay, so let's move on. 所以呢，你看，你赚那个钱是最重要的嘛 ，right？ 所以你放了在顶 ，OK，SM，OK，到了 M，然后呢，除什么了？你投资多少钱进去嘛，哎，你要乘这个100%的比例在底下，所以你要看到这个三角形的出现了，对吧 ？OK， 等一下我们讲一讲这个。So again, they are looking into this, okay? 3 rules for finding the missing factor, right? They give you 2, and you find the third. 1 plus 2, right? Okay, so to find how much is made, right, you divide the made by, to find the amount paid, you know, how much you pay into it, okay, is how much you make divided by percentage, okay, and to find the amount made, okay, you multiply the amount that you pay times the percentage. To find out the rate, you divide made by the pay, okay? How much you pay them. Okay? So this is all confusing, right? Very confusing, right? 所以呢，这是我们这样说的话很糊涂的 ，right？ OK， 这个什么除啊，有乘啊，有除啊 ，right？ 怎么可以看到很清楚了 ，right？How do we make this look better, right? But before we do that, okay, we're going to tell you how much money is being made, right? They have different wording, right? Different wording. What is my return? What is my profit? What is my commission? What is my net income? What is my interest earned? They're all the same. They're all talking about how much I made. OK， 很多单词应用这个你赚多少钱的 OK， 我的回报是什么？我的盈利是什么 ？OK， 我的佣金是什么东西 ？OK， 我的增收入是什么 ？Right， 我赚多少利息等等 ，OK， 都是 OK， 你赚多少钱 ？How much is being paid? Right? Is what? How much is your investment? Right? How much do they cost you? What is the price that you pay? Right? What's the value of the house that you invest? Right? What is the principal that you put down? Okay? 这个是你付出来多少钱了 ？OK？ 你投资多少钱 ？Right？ OK？ 这个是你付多少钱出去 ？Right？ 这个价值你付多少 ？OK？ 达不达到这个价值在里面 ？OK？ 这个价位价值 ，OK？ 然后这个本我丢多少本进去，你花多少钱 ？OK？ So how much you spent？ Okay? And then of course we'll have this, right? The rate. What do we call it? The rate of return, rate of profit, rate of commission, rate of capitalization, rate of interest, right? 这个100%的比例是什么？我的回报 ，right？ 我的盈利，我的佣金多少 percent，right？ 我投资性的 percent， 我的利息回报多少 ？Okay, so this is the 3 things that you have to know, right? They call it different things, but you have to know the context, what they're talking about, right? 你要知道他们说什么东西 ，right？ 就是你投多少钱进去，你花多少钱 ，OK？ 你赚多少钱，还是这个比例是多少？Here's the magic triangle. What do they call it? Huber, not Uber, okay? Huber triangle, okay? So notice that most important thing is how much you made, right? Okay, 你赚多少钱，放了在上面。And then the base is consisting of how much principal that you pay, right? Times the rate of return. Notice this little sign here is a divide. Okay? So this is your magic triangle. So whatever it is that you try to figure out, you cover it up. Okay? Let's say you want to find out how much you made. So you cover this up. Okay, you cover this up. Then magically appear in front of your eyes is that you have to, right, times how much you pay into, how much you invest, times the percentage, right? Then it's equal to this equation, right? Okay. Let's say now you want to, okay, find out how much you have to invest into this project, right? How much you spent, right? Your friend asks you, oh, you make 10%. How much did you spend? Right? So you cover this up. You cover that up. So what do you have now? You have, oh, how much I made, right? Divided by, right? What was my rate of return? Right? I make 10 bucks. Right? My return was 10%, 0.1. How much I have to put in to make that, right? So equal what? $100, right? By investing $100, right, I get paid 10%, so I make 10 bucks. Okay? So you see, you cover that up and it appear in front of your eyes, right? Now let's do the next step, right? Okay, let's say you want to find out, hey, what was your return on investment, right? How much, what's the percentage that you made? What is the percentage, right? So you cover this up. You block that out. So they tell you, right? Okay, you tell me how much you made, and divided by how much you pay. like the one before, we made $10. I pay $100, right? Equal 0.1, right? To get a percent, I have to times 100. I make 10%. Voila. Okay. So I call this the magic triangle. They call it the Huber pyramid. Okay. So everybody clear, right? 所以每一个的话 ，right？你想知道这个数字，你把它盖住，盖住完的话之后呢，你这个秘方就出现了 ，OK？ 你就跟着它走，也可以算你赚多少钱，还是你算，哎，你投资多少钱，还是你算这个100%的比例 ，OK？ 你的回报率等等 ，OK？ So remember this magic triangle. Okay, let me repeat. How much you made divided by, okay, how much you pay times the percentage. Okay, so this is your magic triangle. Okay, 这个三角形金字塔 ，OK， 这个 Huber 金字塔就是这样子的 ，OK， 你赚多少钱就是在放在上面 ，OK， 然后除什么？上面就是你投资多少钱乘这个回报率这个数字 ，OK， very simple. Alright, so example number 1, right? 我们这个给你一个例子 ，OK? It says what is the sell price, right? The principal. If the commission amount made is 27,000, right, and the commission percentage rate is 6%. So without further ado, right, let's do the triangle. So what do they give you? Right, what is the sell price? Right, they want to find out this, so you cover this up. Okay, what is this? Say if the commission amount made, right, I made $27,000, 27K. Right, and the commission percentage is what? 6%. 6%. So what do I need to do? Right? 所以你看，他是想问你 ，OK？ 你到底你卖这个房子是卖多少钱啊 ？Right？ 然后呢，你赚回来是27,000。OK， 佣金给你是6%， right？ 所以呢 ，27K divided by 0.06 equal, okay, 450,000. Okay, so this is how much you sold the house, and this is the commission that you made at 6%. Okay, 27,000除一个0.06，对，6% 的佣金 ，OK， 你卖这个房子只是45万，你就赚到这个27,000的佣金。Okay, everybody clear on this? Okay, example number 2. You get the hang of it now, right? Okay, what is the commission percentage rate? Oh, let's try our triangle again, right? They want to find out, right? What is your percentage rate? Okay, 他就想问你 ，OK， 你这个佣金的100%，什么100%，OK？ If the sale price is 450,000, okay, 450K, and the commission amount made is 27,000, right? 你可以赚的佣金是27000，你卖的房子是45万，到底你的佣金是多少 ？Okay, so from here, right, is 27,000 divided by 450,000 equal 0.06. You times it by 100, so it's equal to 6%. Okay, 所以他问你 ，OK， 你的佣金是多少 ，right？ 另外两个数字他给你的，你卖的房子是45万，你赚到的佣金是27000，所以你用27000除一个45万 ，OK， 答案是0.06，你乘100，这是6%。Okay, so this is what it is, 6%. Everybody clear, right? Let me save this. Okay, the third example. Okay, what is the commission amount made? Let's draw a triangle again. They want to find out what this is. How much I make. If the sale price is 450,000, right? I sold a house for 450K, and my commission percentage is 6%. Remember, this is the times, right? So once you cover that up, right, it tells you to say 450,000 times 0.06, which is equal to 27,000. Okay, 所以你看，他问你，喂，你到底赚多少钱呢？哎，你把它盖住，哎，他就说你卖的房子是45万，你的佣金是6%，所以你看你盖住的话，这个东西出来了，right？ 45万乘一个0.06等于27000，你赚到27000的佣金。Okay. So we went round robin, right? Of all, the Uber pyramid, okay, the magic triangle. So everybody know how to use the magic triangle, okay? You become a good investor if you know your magic triangle, right? 你是做个好的投资人，你必须要知道怎么去利用上这个三角形这个金字塔跟 Uber 金字塔。Alright, so converting decimal to percent and back from percent to decimal. Concept is simple, right? Decimal to percent, we know, right? Any decimal, XX, you have to times it by 100 to get your percent. Alright? So if you have a percent, right, you have to do the opposite, right? You have to divide it by 100 to get your decimal. Alright, as simple as that. So if you want to change a decimal to percent, right? They give you a hint here, right? There's a 1 in there, there's a 0 there, there's a 0 there, right? So what do you have to do? You have to times it by 100. Right? So you want to change the percent to decimal, right? You have to do the opposite. Okay, you have to divide by 100. Okay, so you have to take away that 100. Okay, when you divide, so you get the decimal. So looking at this, okay， 所以呢，你的点数转到这个100%的比例的话 ，right？OK， 你又达到这个符号嘛，这个符号你看这个是100 ，right？ 所以这个100嘛 ，right？ 所以你就我又增加100，乘了100上去，这样子来改变 ，OK？ 反过来的话，你已经有100了 ，right？ 你有点数，你又除100。OK， 收回来这个点数。好，我们看 percentage to decimal。So it's the first one here, right? Percentage decimal. So you have to divide by 100. So if you have a percent here, you want to get rid of it, right? So you have to divide. So dividing meaning moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay. So you have 1, 2. Okay. So it become 0.085. 50%, right? You go 1, 2, right? 0.5. 110%, right? 1, 2. So it's 1.1. Okay. Now decimal to percent, right? Point to a percent. Okay. You have to times by 100. Right here. Okay. Times 100, you're moving to the right now. 1, 2. Okay. 2 places. Okay. So 0.095, you may have moved it 1, move it 2, 9.5%. 1.2, again, move it 1, 2, 120%. If it's 0.009, you move 1 place, second place, 0.9%. Okay, very simple, right? So from here, right, if I say 50%, this one here, right, I divide that 100. Okay, this is in essence 100, right? I divide by 100, so it becomes 0.5. Okay, if I go back here, right, 0.5, right, I times 100, and I have 50%. Okay, so these two. 所以你看很简单嘛 ，right？ 如果你100%的比例，你转到点数的话 ，right？ 你看50个 percent，OK？ 你又把这个 percent 取掉，你又除100，就变为0.5，OK？ 反过来你有0.5的话，你又加这个符号，这个100%的比例的符号上去，你就乘100，就变为50个 percent。Okay, very simple. Just use this example so you memorize how to do it, okay? So what if it says 1.0, right? So to get the percentage, right, I have to times it by 100, right? So times 100. So what is it? So it's 100%. 1 is 100%. Okay. 100% is, what's the decimal, right? If it's 100%. So 100% divided by 100 equal 1.0. Okay. So if you use this example and then the half, right, in your mind, you can write it out, okay, and then you understand the conversion process, okay. All right, determining the commission and selling price. Right, commission rates, whenever you see commission, right, what is the answer? It's negotiable. Negotiable. Okay.我们提到佣金的话，你就记住 ，OK， 是讨价还价的 ，OK。Negotiable. That's the answer. The best answer, right? 考试的时候他就问你 ，right？ 谁固定这个佣金的？没有人是讨价还价的 ，OK？ So on the test they'll ask you who sets the commission rate? No one. Not the seller, not the buyer, not the agent. It's totally negotiable. Okay? Anybody could set it. So commission rate is a percentage of the selling price of the property which an agent is paid for completing the sale. Okay? 经纪人赚到的佣金就是一个比例，100%的比例，他卖这个房子，right? Commission is the dollar amount received by the real estate agent for completing the sale. Okay? Commission 就是这个一个词是佣金，他赚多少钱？So let's take a quick look, right? Commission, your favorite topic. Okay. So you have completed the sale of a $100,000 home. 你卖的房子是10万块。The rate of commission is 6%. Okay. 总共的佣金是6%。How much money have you made? Well, it depends on which company you work for. Okay, this is company A, this is company B. Total commission is 6,000 only, right? Typically they split 50-50, so it becomes 3,000 and 3,000. That's what the company get. A and B, right? But if you're in company A, right, the company takes 30% and they only give you 70%. So you get 2,100. Okay, company B, right, broker takes 40%, they only give you 60%, so you only get 1,800. So which company will you work for? Company A, right? But wait a minute, StarMax give you 80% when you start. So 80% times 3,000 is 2,400, right? It's bigger than 2,100 and it's bigger than 1,800. So who should you work for? StarMax. Okay? So StarMax Realty. Okay, we treat our agent very well. Okay, just off the bat, you're starting with 80%. Okay, fresh out the door. Okay, because we train you here to do the business while you're learning to pass your exam. Okay， 所以你看6000块 ，right， 6% 10万块，6000块这个佣金分配给两个公司 A 跟 B， OK， 每个公司有3000块，但是公司 A 的话 ，right， 这个公司抽的30%，你就70%，所以你有2100。公司 B 的话，他抽了40%，他只有给你60%，你就1800。OK， 但是我们公司呢，美信地产呢，来给你80%，也有2400。所以我们给佣金给 agent 是最好的，你一出来没有经验都给你 80%。OK， 所以你跟哪个公司去做房产呢？美信地产公司。Okay. Alright, profit and loss. 盈亏. Okay, key terms when working profit and loss problems. Okay, the selling price is the dollar value after the profit or loss has been added or subtracted from the original cost. Okay, that's the selling price. It's a 卖价. Okay, what's the cost? The dollar value before the profit or loss has been added or subtracted. Cost is often said as the purchase price or original price. 那你的投资啦，right？ 你的付多少钱出去？ So when you sell a house, right? There's a list, right? There's a statement, right? One is for the seller, one is for the buyer. Okay, they're not equal. Okay, the money that they spend in selling this house is not the same. Okay, they have different terms, right? Different commitments, right? Different costs, right? Even the loan, right? The old loan is not the same as the new loan, right? So the interest charge is not the same. So you're gonna see quite a difference between the two statements. Okay, 所以买家跟买家的清单不一样的 ，OK， 数字里面的内容不一样，所以你看他们的贷款都不一样了嘛 ，right？ 所以它利息啊等等的都不一样 ，OK。Okay, but the selling price is the same. It better be the same. Okay, selling price is fixed. Right, you sell the house for $1 million. Okay, but the details inside is different. Okay, 卖价就是一样的 ，right？ 谁都是一样，买家跟卖家就是这个数字，但是内容里面呢不同了。Okay. Okay, what is considered a profit? Okay, 1 plus. Okay, always more than 1, you made a profit. Okay, 什么是赢呢？你超过1， anything above 1.0, you have a profit. Okay, the opposite, right? The next page, you know, right? Anything less than 1 minus, right? Less than 1 or greater than 1, then there's a loss, right? 你有亏的话，你就小于1了 ，okay? So in a profit problem, the percentage used in the formula is always will be greater than 100%. Okay, you return more than 100%, you make money. You return less than 100%, you lost money. Okay, 你超过100个 percent 的话 ，right， 你就赚到了。而你小于100个 percent 的话 ，right， 你就亏了。 So in other words, the original cost plus the percent of profit. Okay, here's an example for you, okay? If you sold your property for 40% more than you pay for it, your selling price is 100% plus 40, so it's 140%. Would be the cost, okay, times 140%, which is 1.4. Okay, see? More than one, you make money, right? To find the amount of profit, you would subtract the cost from the selling price. Okay? 所以呢，你卖你的房子 ，OK， 你赚到40%，OK， 表示什么了 ？Right？ 你是140%，所以1.4超过1.0，你就赚到了 ，OK。Okay, 1 minus loss, right? This is less than 1.0. For loss from, the percentage used will always be less than 100%, okay? Like 99, okay? Or 50%, or 0, right? They lost everything, 0, okay? In other words, the original cost, 100% minus the percentage of loss, right? Again, if you sold your property for 25% less than what you pay for, right? Your selling price is minus, right? Minus 25%. You only make 75%. So would be the cost times 75%. 0.75, which is less than 1.0. So you have a loss. Okay. 你卖你的房子低于你买回来是1/4 right? 25%。所以呢，你现在拿回来这个钱只有0.75，小于1.0，你就有亏了 right? So to find the amount of loss, you would subtract the selling price from the cost. Right? Very simple, right? You pay for the house $100, right? You sold it for $75. Okay? You lost $25. Very simple.刚才说 ，right？ 你买房子是100块 ，right？ 你卖掉75块，所以你100块减75块，哎，你省下来，你就亏了25块了 ，OK？ 25块给人赚走了。Okay, principal and interest calculation. Interest is a fee paid for the use of other people's money, stated in dollars and cents. Right? Use a 30-day month in calculating interest. 1 year, 360 days. So this is for math problems only, right? 你做算术的话，就是用30天来算，一年用360天来算。真的情形的话，就用这个真的数字来算 ，OK？ Okay, here's a sample exercise for you to try, right? So if you look at this, right, you're gonna see that magic triangle at the bottom, right? So what's different about this triangle, right? 它有什么不同呢？ They have the factor of time. It's also times, okay? You see, you have your principal, your rate, and then your time. Okay, this is how much you made, this interest, right? And this is a divide. Same as before. The only portion is that they added this time element. Okay, so let's look at this, right? 所以你看这个摸鼠三角形 ，OK， 这个 Hoover 金字塔 ，right？ 它多一个东西在上面，时间也是长的 ，OK？ 所以呢，你要注意，它多了个时间在上面。What would be the interest due on a loan of $10,000 borrowed at 9% for a period of 2 years? Right? They have an extra factor in there now, right? They got 1, 2, 3, 4. They give you 3. You have to find that last one. Right? So what is the interest due? Right? How much is this? Right? You have 10,000, right? Times the 9%, and then times 2 years. So 10,000 times 0.09, 900 times 2 years, $1,800. So this is how much you make, $1,800. OK， 你收的利息，你是银行了 ，OK， 你收利息是多少 ？OK， 你借出去1万块，你回收来9%， 2年的时间 ，OK， 一年900块，2年就是1800。OK， 你赚到1800。Alright, discount points. What is a discount point? Let me explain, okay? Let's say you go to bank ABC, okay? And they all give you like, 4.0%. Okay, right now it's lower, right? To buy a house, let's say it's 3.5%. Okay, they're all the same, okay, out there, okay? Not much difference, 3.5 for purchase. Now bank A say, okay, you give me 1 point, I'll lower your rate to 3.25. Okay. Bank B says, right? They could do the same, right? It's just how they're gonna offer you, right? You could buy more points. You give me 2 points. What is 2 points? 2 points is 2%. Okay, a point is equal 1%. Okay, 1%. Okay, you give me 2 points, right? Let's say you're borrowing 100,000, right? For math reasons. Okay, 1 point is what? $1,000, right? You have to spend $1,000. 2 points, you give the bank $2,000. But then bank B will say, okay, since you give me $2,000, right? I'm gonna knock off half a point, right? So you're only giving me, I'm only charging you 3%. Okay, bank C is, oh, wait a minute, I want this customer too, right? You give me 3 points, right? And I'll give you 2.75. Okay, but you have to give me $3,000. So why are the banks giving them a lower rate? Because they want to take the money up front. Right? Rather than waiting for the money, they get the money up front. Okay, they take your money right away, but they give you a better rate. Okay, so that's called discount points. Okay, 1 point equal 1%. Okay, 这个点数的话 ，OK， 你给银行那个点数，一个点就是1%， 10万块这是一个点，就是1000块嘛 ，OK， 所以你看 你去这3银行 A、B、C 都给你3.5%，right？ 但是 A 呢，他想刀动你的生意是，你给我1000块，我可以给你到3.25。B 呢就是说，你给我2点 ，OK， 我照样给你 ，OK， 3.0比 A 好，但是你又给我2000块。C 呢就说，你给我3000块，我就给你2.75了。OK， 这个点数是这样子来源的 ，OK。Some banks they limit the points, right? Most points they limit to 4 points. It depends on the product. Okay, so Bank D, they give you $4,000. They could give you 2.5%. 1 whole point below. Okay, if you give them 4 points. Alright, let's look at another example, okay? Mr. and Mrs. Major, okay, 夫妻 Majors, okay? They are purchasing a house for $155,000. 他买房子是15万5, okay? They will put 30% down. I mean, $30,000 down. 他们放3万块首付 and borrow the rest, which will include a 4-point charge by the savings bank. How much will the points cost them? Okay? 银行又 charge 他4个点 ，OK， 他就问 ，OK， 4个点是多少钱呢？ So you have to find out what each point will cost, right? So to find that, you have to find how much that they're borrowing, right? What is the loan amount? What is the loan amount? Okay. So the cost of the house is 155, right? They put down 30,000. So the balance they have to borrow from the bank, right? So 155 minus the down payment equal 125,000 that they borrow from the bank. Okay, so 1 point of that is 1% of the loan amount is equal to 1250. But then you have 4 points, right? You have to times it by 4. And it's equal to $5,000. Okay, the cost Mr. and Mrs. Majors $5,000 to do the loan. Okay, 唯一你又算 ，right？ 他借款额度是多少 ，right？ 买房子的价钱是15万5，他首付是3万块，所以你减掉首付，他又借银行12万5，一个点1个 percent 12万5就是1250，它的有4个点，你就乘了4 ，OK， 然后呢就是5000块了，他要花5000块去做这个贷款。Alright, determine proration, okay? 这个比例 ，OK， 负这个比例。So proration is interesting, okay? What are we prorating, okay, in the transaction? Sometimes the seller pay more and the buyer have to pay them back, and vice versa. Okay, 有时候卖主他付的税超于他该付的，所以买主的就还他这个钱。But the proration go on, from the first, right? It could be 28 days, it could be 29 days, it could be 30 days, it could be 31 days in a month, right? But for math, they always use 30, right? 所以一个月里面有28、29、30、31天，所以我们做算数的话就用30了 ，OK？ 真的按值的话，我们就用这些数字 Okay. So if they falls on the 8th, okay, the 8th day is still the seller. 1 to 8 is the seller. 9 to X is the buyer. Okay. So what are we prorating? Rents, real estate tax, right? Insurance, if they use the same insurance policy, HOA, etc. OK， 所以它分配什么东西呢？如果他投资房子是租金嘛 ，right？ 房地产税啊、保险啊、社区费啊等等。Okay, so looking at this, so it's the process of proportionally dividing expenses or income to the precise date that the escrow closes or any other day previously agreed upon. Right? The items that are normally prorated include what? Mortgage interest, taxes, insurance, rent, and assessment. Assessment is also more tax. Okay? 它分配什么东西呢？来，利息啊，来，借款的利息啊，有时候来，这是银行对屋主还是银行对买主 ？OK？ 房地产税、火险、租金、其他的税。So on an escrow statement, the credit is something that is received, and a debit is something that is owed. OK？ 你在清单里面的话 ，credit 就是你收到这个钱 ，OK？debit 就是你要付的 ，OK？ So rent, right? It's an income. Escrow company use a 30-day basis to determine proration of rent. Okay. Sometimes they just use 30 days, right? They don't care what it is. But you have to be careful. Okay? If the customer complains, then I have to use natural days. Okay, 很多这个他用30天来算，如果客户抱怨的话 ，right？ 他就要用这个真实的天数来算。Alright, let's look at an example, okay? If the escrow closes on the 20th day of a 30-day month, okay? 交易20号，这个月是30天的月 ，okay? How would you divide the prepaid rent of $1,500 between the seller and the buyer? 还有租金就拿1500，你怎么去分配 ？So the seller share is always up to the date, okay? So they got 20, right? 1 to 20. 20 days, right? Divided by 30 times 1,500. So seller gets 1,000. The buyer, the new landlord, right? So it's 21 to 30. Okay, 10 days divided by 30 times 1,500, $500. So the seller will receive $1,000 of the rent money, while the buyer will be prorated 500. Okay. So the tenant pays on the 1st, right? So escrow company will take $500 of that and pay to the buyer. Okay, 他20号结束嘛 ，right？ 所以呢，1到20号是卖主的 ，OK， 20除一个30乘1500，1000块。买主这个新的房东，他是21号到30号10天，除30乘一个1500等于500块。所以中介的交易公司 escrow 公司会给他500块。Okay, property taxes. Be very careful on property taxes, okay? 一个是房地产税的话，你要特别小心。Why I say that? Because the fiscal year is not from January 1st. Okay? They start July 1st. Okay, be very, very careful. Okay? So property tax are prorated either from July 1st, beginning of the fiscal year, or January 1st, middle of the fiscal year. Okay? Because if they pay semi-annually, okay, then you do this. Okay, so you have July, August, September, October, November, December. Jason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And then you have January, February, March, April, May, and June. Okay, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 所以呢，我们税开始不是1月1号开始咯 ，OK， 是7月1号开始，因为它付一年的话 ，right， 你要算出来 ，right， 但是它分2期算的话 ，right， 就是7月1号跟1月1号来算，所以你要小心这个月份 ，right。Alright, try this problem. So let's look at this, right? 它有个题目，我们做做。The second installment of the property tax on the home is $500. When is the second installment? Okay. It's not, you know, July 1st, right? July 1st is the first installment, right? Second installment is due February 1st. Okay? That's the second installment. When is the first installment? November 1st. That's when it's due. So it's kind of crazy, right? So you're gonna memorize all these dates, but bear with me, okay? 所以第二期的话 ，right？ 它什么时候到期？2月1号 ，OK？ 但是它是500块 ，OK？ 第一期的话就是10月1号你就付了 ，OK？So the deadline is, December 10th. The deadline for this is April 10th. Alright? but nevertheless, they just say the second installment of the tax is $500, right? The seller has paid this, which covers 6 months period, ending July 1st, which is correct, right? Because what they say in the second installment is from February 1st, right? But it's due, right, February 1st, right? It starts on January 1st until June 60th, June 30th. That's the second installment. Okay, so when is this bill due? February 1st, and then you have until April 10th to pay it. Okay, now here's the question, right? 现在他就问你了 ，OK? If he sells this property and escrow closes in April 1st, okay? 它是4月1号结束的 right? How much of the $500 is his share in expense? How much would be the buyer have to be reimbursed? Remember, he pay until, the seller pay until the end of June, right? So you have April, you have May, and June. 1, 2, 3 months. Okay? For the buyer. Right? Buyer is 3 months. And so is the seller. Seller also is responsible for 3 months, right? So half, right, divided by 6. Half of 500 is 250. Okay, so the buyer have to pay the seller $250 for the 3 months that he's gonna start living there. So 这买主3个月 ，OK， 卖主也是3个月，所以1年1半，总共是6个月嘛 ，OK。Alright, depreciation. You have to figure out on those two, okay? 涨旧这方面。So for income tax purposes, right, depreciation is a diminishing loss in the value of the building and other improvements. So your building is getting older and older and older, okay? 你的房楼就越来越旧，越来越旧 ，OK？ 所以他的用这个理由就是帮你去投资了 ，right? So all new depreciation schedule for normal income taxes involving real estate must be straight line. OK， 这是一个方式来算 OK。So this straight line is a method used to calculate depreciation. Okay. So let's look at what is a straight line depreciation. Okay. So a method of computing depreciation on an asset other than the land for the income tax purpose in which the difference between the original cost and the salvage value is deducted in installment evenly over the life of the asset. Okay. So the original cost, okay, minus salvage value, whatever is left, okay, divided by n. Okay, let's say the building lifespan is like 50 years or 31 years, right? So when doing depreciation problem, it is important to remember that land does not depreciate. 地皮不可以做长旧的 okay? Land is land. It never gets old in that respect, right? It's always there. Okay, so they don't let you do depreciation that portion, the cost of the land, okay? So annual depreciation, right, is equal to what? Value, cost of the improvement, okay, divided by economic life. Economic life is typically 30 years to 31 years. Value is how much you pay for it. Okay, so this is your depreciation amount. OK， 涨旧这部分呢，每年可以抵出来的话 ，right， 就是这个差额 ，OK， 除多少年 ？Alright, so let's look at the problem here, right? Let's try a problem using straight line depreciation. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts purchased some income property for $475,000. Okay， 夫妻 Roberts 买一个投资房47万5 ，OK， The land was valued 200,000， 地皮是20万。The improvement had an estimated economic life of 27.5 years。寿命这个房子的话，它是用27.5年。What would be the depreciated value of the property after 17 years？ 17年之后呢，这个房子值多少钱 ？Answer: We must first determine the value of the depreciable asset, right? The improvement, because land is not depreciated, right? 所以他就说地皮不可能去做长旧，所以呢，这部分就先除出来。So 475 minus 200. Okay, the cost of the improvement is $275,000. Okay, that's the house. Okay, so $275,000 divided by 27.5 years, okay, equal $10,000 each year that he could depreciate. 所以呢，它涨旧这部分的话，就是1万块一年，可以做27年半。So the $10,000, right, times 17 years is $175,000, right? That's the cumulative depreciation. So you minus that, right, from the value, you get left with 105,000. OK， 你涨旧了17年嘛 ，right， 所以变为17万。OK， 减掉17万就变为10万5千块。OK， and then you add back the $200,000 land value， 你加回去这个地皮的价值20万，就变为30万5千块了。Okay, so after 17 years, right, this house sits on that lot, depreciated to 305. Okay, so it's 475. Okay, so that's how they calculate the depreciated value. 涨旧完那个房子的价值是305了 ，OK， 他们是这样子来算的。How to find the value of a parcel? Alright, so this is a little bit crazy. If you have an interest, learn it, how to do it. Okay, but it will not be one of the problems on the test. Okay, so but if you read this, you'll be very confused. It's gonna take you like 15 minutes to do one problem. It's not worth it. Okay, so skip it if you find something very complicated, right? Always skip a question if you find out you're getting stuck on it. You should not spend more than 1 minute on a problem. ，right？如果你有这么复杂的一个顺数题的话，right？你就不做了 ，OK？你做完之后有时间你就回来去做 ，OK？你最多就花1分钟一个问题 ，OK？But let's look at this, OK? Okay, read it carefully, right? 你读的要小心一点 ，OK? The northwest quarter of the southwest quarter of section 7. This is section 7. And they're talking about this little black box here, okay? Southwest quarter, right? Of the southwest quarter. This is the southwest quarter. Okay. So northwest quarter of the southwest quarter of section 7, which is here, is valued at $800 per acre. And they tell you here it's 40 acres, right? So you know you have to times it by 40 acres. Okay, and then they say the north half of the northeast quarter, right? Northeast quarter, the north half, right? The north half, which is here, of section 4, value at $500 per acre. So you have to times it by 80 acres. And the question is, what is the difference in value between the two parcels, right? 它们这个差额是多少 ？right？ 一个是40英亩 ，OK， 乘800块，一个是80个英亩乘500块。So one section is equal to 640 acres, right? A quarter is 160. Right? A quarter of a quarter is 40. Are you confused yet? Right? Half of a quarter is 80. Alright, so nevertheless, right, you have 40 acres times 800 for this problem here is $32,000. Right? 这一边左手边这个第7段 right? 40个英亩乘800块1英亩是32000 okay? The next one, 80 acres, okay, times 500, 40,000. Okay, 80个英亩乘500块1英亩是4万块。So the difference between these two, 40 minus 32 is $8,000. So that is the answer. $8,000 difference between these two parcels. The delta value is $8,000. Now, just for me to explain this to you, right? It took me 3 to 5 minutes. Okay? But if you try to figure this on your own from the get-go, right? You spend 5 minutes on it, minimum. So don't do this type of problem on the test, okay? Only when you have time, when you come back, after you finish the test. That's the ultimate advice, okay? 所以你碰到这种问题在考试的话， right? 不用做，你最后返回来有时间你就去看一看，去做。And FYI, right? They don't have such complicated math problems on the test anyway. So don't worry about it, okay? 他们不会有这么复杂的顺数题在考试里面。Last 5 to 6 years, okay, they have not have, math problems like these, okay? Only simple ones, right? They will ask you, how many feet is in 1 acre, right? You know, right? 43,560. square feet. Okay, that's the extent of the math that they ask you on the test. OK， 他考顺数的话很简单的 ，right？ 他就问你一英亩是多少平方尺？43560平方尺。OK， 这是他们的算数题了。OK， 很简单的。OK， 所以不用担心它有很复杂的算数题在里面。Alright, so everybody is clear on that, right? Oop. Let's save this and clear. Alright, so that ends our math chapter. Okay, so we're gonna bring in some review material, and then we could do a break prior to that. Okay, we'll break until 11:20. Okay, we'll be back at 11:20. We're gonna have a review, and then we have the crash course. Okay, so we'll talk to you. We'll continue in about 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, so we break till 11:20 a.m. Okay, we are back. Okay, so let's go over this very briefly. Anybody or any student that needs this review material, text me to get a copy, okay? 675 1989. Okay. What do you need to text? Text your name plus your email address. And I'll shoot you a copy, okay? 同学们，如果你需要一份这个补习这个资料的话 ，right， 你就 text 给我你的名字跟你的电子邮箱， and just say I need a review doc, okay? Review documentation, and then I'll email it to you, okay? 我就会一份给你们 ，okay? So in short, let me see what's going on, okay? I'm gonna keep this number up there, and then move on, okay? All right, so tips for California real estate exam, okay? There's a timetable, okay? The time element in there. So you just go through it, right? Something that's immediate, okay? If I need to fire someone because they did something wrong, right? For violation, I have to do it immediately. Okay, 马上又做的话 ，right？ 我发现那个 agent 他做错事了 ，right？ 他诈骗客户等等，我都马上把它取消下来，所以他没有权利、没有 license 去操作东西了 ，OK？ 马上又做。So you're gonna have a bunch of stuff like this, okay? Okay. So let me. Then you have 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, okay? I want to stress the fact here that you have these, okay? 51 years is for maximum duration of a lease for agricultural land. OK， 农地你租出去的话，OK， 只有住51年。Okay, for 99 years, that's the maximum duration lease for city, urban, and rural properties. Okay, so if you do a leasing, right, you cannot do more than 99 years by law. And what can you do, right? You add an option, right? Option 1, option 2, right? But each option there is only 99-year max. 99-year max. 普通的房子的话，最多是住99年。OK， 如果你需要操作的话，right， 就要加这个选择在上面。OK， 但是每一个选择也不可以超过99年。Okay, so remember that. Okay, so let's move on. And then we'll have key phrases, okay, in this document. So let me find a few key phrases. For example, you have 21 days, right, to return the security deposit, okay, minus any repairs, right, and minus any cleaning if needed, okay, to the tenant. Let's say they vacate on April 30th, right? On May 25th, May 20th, you have to give them a check. Okay, 21 days, right? This is considered the first day. Okay, 21 days, you should return the security deposit. Okay， 房客搬走之后，你必须要21天之内来还他的定金，减掉你该需要修理的跟清洁的钱。OK， 如果他4月30号搬出去的话，要算第一天，所以呢5月20号之前呢，要还他这个定金，减掉的费用。Okay, so if you need this document, text me your name and your email address, okay, to this number. I'm gonna erase this now, okay? Okay, so going on, right? So this is one of the basic stuff, right? Is that the owner of a land owns riparian rights to water. Okay, it's called riparian for rivers and streams. Okay, if it's for lake and ocean, if it's lake or ocean, then it's called littoral. Littoral water rights. Okay， 根据河跟小河来这个群里用水的群里叫 riparian。OK， 关于湖跟海洋的水的群里就叫 littoral， 这个你要记住。OK。Okay, so it goes on. I give you one other stuff here. 34, right? A negative declaration. It sounds bad, right? 那个复数的宣布。In a discussion of environmental impact means that the proposed subdivision will have insignificant effect upon the environment and developer will not have to pay for a full environmental impact report. So negative declaration meaning is okay， 可以的 ，OK， 就是它就是没有东西去宣布，这是没有问题，不是不好不良 ，OK。So it's like this is a language how you do right. When Michael Jackson say it's bad, right? That means it's good, right? Okay, something like this. Okay, a negative declaration meaning there's nothing to declare, so it's good. No news is good news. Okay， 没有消息就是好消息，这个意思。OK， 不需要宣布 negatory， 这是好。OK， 不会影响这个周围的环境，没有影响，就是这个 negative declaration。So this is one of the test question too, right? 它考试都考你 ，OK， 这个模糊的东西 ，OK， 所以呢，你要注意这点 ，OK。And then as you move on, right, all these terms, and then you're gonna get to questions. Okay. So a question like this, okay, you're gonna have at least one of these, okay? So 151. Okay, George and Charlie, single person, okay, they're good friends, own a parcel of real estate as joint tenants. Okay, 他们两个单身男的 ，right， 就共同有这个财产，这个房产 ，title 是 joint tenant。George encumbered his interest for $11,000, borrowing an amount to pay for medical bill. OK， 他生病了，这个 George， 他在医院这边借1万1，但他没有告诉这个 Charlie，OK，and then 之后呢 ，George 死了，他这个债户呢 is still unpaid. Which of the following is true, right？ 它上面是什么是事实 ？OK。The right answer is C. Charlie would own all of the property, but subject to the $11,000 of debt. OK， 财产那房产都变为全部是 Charlie 的，因为他是 joint tenant。OK， 但是呢 ，George 这个债户就是放了在头上了。OK， 因为他共同有这个资产 ，OK， 他用 房产这个抵押他那个医疗的借款。So George encumbered $11,000 of medical debt onto the property, and now Charlie owns it, so he's subject to the debt. So this is the best answer. Okay. And of course you have, other questions and answer. Okay, so let's go through these items. Okay, I don't have enough time to go over it. Okay, but what's next is that I want to do the crash course. Okay, so then you know how to take the test. Okay, 我们上一步都是教你怎么去考试。Okay, so I'm gonna stop share here, and I'm gonna use a whiteboard. Okay, so here's the crash course. I'm going to give you some tips how to do that. Okay, so for the exam, you have 150 questions. You need 70% to pass. Okay, so immediately all the student is saying that, oh, I have to get 105 right. Right, but don't think that way. Okay, you could get up to 45 wrong and you still pass. Alright, 所以我们考试的话150题 OK 70分你就过了 OK 很多学生他就说算出来 OK 我又答对105题的对的 OK 这个是不错，但是你不用这样子去想 OK 你就想我可以错到45题，超过45题我都不过了，但是我还可以错45题我还过。Okay, so that's number one. Okay. Number two, right? The thing is, why? Right? I'm gonna ask you why the school, right? They give you a certificate, right? 3-time certificates, certs, right? It's a 100-question test, and the DRE only, they say, okay, you could get the certificate if you pass 60%, and it's open book. Okay. Question: why 70% here and why 60% here? It doesn't make sense, right? Why not 70% there too? Let's study this and you find out. Okay. 学校的话 ，right 这个房地产部门就说 ，OK， 你每个证书你有考100题 ，OK， 但是你只有达到60分就过了。OK， 学校给你这个这个证书 ，right？ 为什么60分 ？OK， 你考试他考40分，这个差额为什么是这样子呢？我解释你就知道 ，OK？ So looking at this, okay, you have 150 questions. All right. So what will happen, right? If you basically you only get 60% right, right? They only want you to have 60%, right? So if you times it by 60, right, percent, what do you get? Okay, 150 times 0.6, okay, 90, right? You get 90. That is correct, right? 所以150题的话 ，right？ 你达到这个程度60% 了 ，right？ 你达到多少了？90题是对的 ，right？But you need 105, okay? So what happened? You will fail, right? You won't pass. But here's the magic, okay? 因为你90分你不过的 ，right？ 但是呢，你要看下去 ，right？ If you have 90 right, what is left? Okay, you have 60 questions left, right? Okay, 60 questions left, which you don't know anything about, okay? You don't know anything, okay, on the 60 question, right? You got the 90 right, you got your 60%. That's done, okay? You're good. But 60 question there, right? You don't know anything about. It's blank. So what do? Okay, you have choice A, you have choice B, you have choice C, you have choice D. OK， 你答对90题了，你达到60分了 ，right？ OK， 但是60题你都不懂 ，OK， 什么都不知道 ，right？ 空白 ，right？ 你的选择是 A, B, C, D，OK？ A is usually a trick answer. Okay, B is okay. C is okay. D is also a trick answer of sorts. Okay, so either you answer all B's or you answer all C's. Okay, I prefer to do B's. Okay, of this 60, questions, right? Do all B's. Okay, all of them. So if you do that, right, what's the percentage you're getting it right? 25%. Okay, what is 25% of 60? 15. You have 15 that is correct. Right? So 15 plus your 60, 90, you have 105. And you pass. So don't worry about it, okay? If you could get the 3 certificates, if you could get 60% on the test, okay? The rest, you just say all B's, or if you like C better, right? All C's, not B, C, C, D, B, B, C, right? Not a combination. It's either all B's or all C's, okay? 你不可以挑选 B, C, 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 B, C, C, B, okay? 全部是 B 还是全部是 C？ 你有机会拿到25%加 ，OK， 15加，你就过了，明白了吗 ？Okay, so everybody understand, right? For any questions that you don't know, what's the answer? B or C. Okay, so that's very, very important point. Okay. Next, you have questions that has A, B, C, D. D is all of the above. Okay, 80% plus. It is D, all of the above. Okay, They want to waste your time to check, is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? But if I see D as all of the above, right? 2 seconds, right? I got the right answer, D. Okay? So all of the above, D. Okay? Now, if it says none of the above, okay? Then do not choose that one, okay? Because if you choose it, they're not testing you on anything. Okay? None of the above is not the right answer. It's the wrong answer. Okay? Only in a rare instance, right? That's the correct answer, right? Because if it is the correct answer, they're not testing you on anything. You don't have the right answer, right? There's no answer. Right? They say there's no answer. Right? So they didn't serve the purpose. They did not test you anything. Okay? So that's 4. Okay? None of the above. Don't use it. Don't check it. You'll get it wrong. Okay? Choose some other answers. Okay? 5. You're gonna get a pattern that you see, right? A pattern is what? You have A, B, C, and D. You're gonna see this is positive, positive, negative, and positive. You can see a pattern here, right? So C is the answer. If you see negative, positive, positive, and positive, A is the answer. It stands out, okay? And then you have number 6. You have positive, positive, negative, and negative, right? So you have to decide the split, right? Which group it is, and then you pick the right one, right? If it's this group or that group, okay? You narrow down your answer, right? Narrow down your answer. OK， 所以我重复一下 ，OK， 一个 ABCD 里面有这个，上面全部都是对的 ，OK，80% 都是 D 对的，你就选这个。如果他第一说 none of the above，OK， 上面都不是答案的话是错误的 ，OK， 他错误为什么呢？他没有考到你什么东西嘛，没有答案，所以大部分呢是错误的答案，所以你要选别的答案。第5题呢，这是你就看那个这个顺序 ，right？A、B 跟 D 都是正的 ，OK，C 是负的，这些答案 ，OK， 它可以跳出来，你可以看到这个就是答案 ，OK， 如果它是负正 ，A 这是答案 ，OK， 如果它一半的话 ，right， 正负 ，right， 你就选哪一个是对的，然后里面再挑一个最靠近的答案 ，narrow down， OK。So number 7, you're gonna have a question that is very long, right? They tell you a story, right? You read and you read and you read and read, right? And then you get confused, right? And then you have a bunch of answers, okay? You take the longest answer, and that's the correct answer. Why? Because your problem is so long, you have to have a long answer to explain it. Okay? It always works, 90% of the time. Plus, okay? You got a long question, pick the longest answer. You probably have like 2 or 3 of these. Okay? They want to waste your time, right? It takes you remember 1 minute one question, right? OK， 他这是浪费你的时间，他给你一大堆的故事 ，OK， 然后呢，你读完之后你就忘了 ，right？ 你就重读一次 ，right？ 你不用读了 ，OK？ 你有时间你回来读 ，OK？ 你就选最长的答案，这是正确的答案 ，OK？ 第8 ，OK？ You're gonna have true, false answers also, okay? So this is the same, right? True, false, true, false, true, false, right? Okay. So let's go back to 5. You can see a pattern there, okay? 它有些问题是问你是真的还是假的，真的还是假，真的还是假 ，OK？ 很像5号一样 ，OK？ 你就可以看出来哪个是答案。如果它一半一半的话 ，right？ 你就分裂 ，OK？Narrow down。Okay. Number 9. Okay. Now, time, you have to control your time. This is very, very important. Okay. For the first hour, you need to do 50. Okay. Second hour, you should have answered 100 questions. The third hour, you should finish 150. And then you have 15 minutes. You can do your review. Okay. If you ran out of time, you have the 2-minute warning. Okay. Do all B's or C's for the rest. Okay, so that's just your strategy. Always keep track of the time, okay? 50, 100, 150, review, and if you do run out of time, all B's or all C's for the rest. Okay? 所以呢，你第一个钟头你必须要有50题 ，OK？ 第二个钟头100题，第三个钟头150题，15分钟省下来了，你就去 review 复习一下 ，OK？ 然后你最后2分钟，来，你就没有完成的话，所有都是 B， 还是所有是 C。OK？ So time is very, very important. Okay, so number 2 and number 9. Okay, time in fact also, right? Go there at least 30 minutes. Okay, to do your number 1 and number 2. Okay, if you go to the bathroom during your exam, you're wasting your time. You're wasting 10 minutes to 15 minutes. That's not good. Okay, sit through the 3 hours, 1, 2, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Straight out. Okay, don't go to the bathroom. Okay, 所以上一个钟头15分钟 ，OK， 不用去厕所了 ，OK， 之前你去洗手间 ，OK， 做1号、2号 ，right， 然后呢，中途不用去厕所，你去厕所的话，你浪费10到15分钟，不是5分钟哦 ，OK， 这个时间段很关键 ，OK， 你差1分、2分 ，OK。你多这个5分钟、10分钟都可以解决这个问题了 ，OK？ So sometimes you miss by 1 or 2 points, right? But you went to the bathroom, right? You wasted 10 minutes. That 10 minutes, you could have answered the right question, okay? Okay, and last but not least, number 10. Okay, we'll call relax. Okay, don't go and burn the midnight oil, okay? The day before the test, just relax, okay? If you go study, and you cram, right? How late you gonna cram to? 1 a.m. Some people cram to 3 a.m. Some people don't sleep, right? And they couldn't hold it any longer. 5 a.m. Then they went to sleep, and they woke up. They passed the time. They're late, right? They're half an hour late. They won't even let you in, right? You're 1 hour late, 60 minutes. They let you take the test, but you don't have time to finish it, okay? If you go there and you answer all B's, right? Oh, I listened to Pack all B's, right? You're gonna get 25 points, 20%, 25%, and you're gonna fail, right? Because you need 70%. Okay, so the day before, relax, go see a movie, right? Don't worry about the test. Okay, and don't cram. You cram 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., then you're gone, right? It happens, right? So don't do that, right? Number 10. All right, so this is all the tips I have for you guys, okay? And between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, okay? You could increase your score by 20 points. Okay? Number 2 itself, right? I'm giving you 15 points right here. Okay? But here and there, a few, right? Time is very important, right? If you could answer, you could see all of this, right? Less than 1 minute, right? 5 seconds, you could have an answer, right? You're adding time to your part, right? So for the long and complicated question, right? You're sure that it's the right answer. You need time, okay? And then you'll pass with flying colors, right? 70% plus. Okay, that's all you need. 70% or more. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys next. Let me see the screen. Alright, so we're gonna go back to another whiteboard. Get a picture of it, save. Okay, so for next week is, let me see if there's any holidays. Holidays. Next week will be May 1st. In some other countries, Labor Day, right? May 1st. (2021). Wow, how time flies, right? We're gonna start all over again with chapter 1 and 2. Okay. 9 to 12 noon. Okay. And we're gonna have chapter 1 and 2. Alright. So take care. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next week. Alright. 所以我们上个礼拜5月1号是5月1号 right? 5月1号，我们从头开始做章子1跟2 ，OK， 9点到12点 ，OK， 所以呢，你们就 take care, okay? And you could always go back, okay, to the old videos, right? To review, okay? It's all on the YouTube channel. Okay, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you could review, or you could go ahead of chapter 1 and 2. Okay. You could condense everything after you finish all the chapters and review. You could come to the school to take your tests, right? Getting your 60%, your certificate, and then we could apply for you to take the real test. Okay, so we'll see you next week, next time. Okay.